You wouldn't believe what is going on.
Dear? No. Dearest Grant. We talk.
You don't have to say a thing, Andy. But I'm asking you, just listen to me. Please make it fast. Half the staff of this hospital is talking about what happened to us. Thanks for the bulletin. They're not just talking, they're asking questions. Well, let them. No. Now, look, I have to answer to my superiors, so you have to talk about this. It's your problem. It's ours. Well, I'm not interested. I have nothing to say. You're going to have to deal with this. Don't you ever tell me what I have to do. I have nothing to say to you. You want to know the bottom line? I can't stand the sight of you. Now you tell that to your superiors if you want to. You're so sanctimonious. Can't you bend a little? For you, why should I? Because you don't know the facts. Oh, I know what I saw. You talk about betrayal. Man, you are the all-time Judas. Oh, are you passing judgment on me? I'm not passing judgment. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm telling you what I feel about you. You're just not listening. I hear you. Well, then listen to this, will you? I can't stand the sight of you. I want you out of my sight. I left to be on my own. That's what I'm doing. Get it? And I don't like you following me. You're going to tell me this is a coincidence? We're both here at General Hospital? You came to this town deliberately because I'm here. I don't deny that. I heard you were in Port Charles, and I followed you. That's true, but I have a good reason. Oh. What reason? I have two reasons, actually. One is I want to patch things up with us. Oh, you got to be dreaming. The other reason you ought to be able to guess. Now, look, I had to get away from him. I want to tell you why. I'm not interested. I don't believe you for 1 minute. Well, you ought to believe me. I've been on my own for 4 years. I get along fine like that. I like it that way. Don't you understand? You don't matter to me anymore. Yeah, well, I'm still going to tell you why I came. Well, I'm not interested. Why? I don't want to hear it. You understand me? The subject is dropped. It's over. Completely dead. I want to tell you one more thing. What? Get the hell out of my room. Don't know what you're talking about, okay?
I know this much. I've been working with Dr. Jones. He's a good doctor. He really cares about his patients.
What would you like me to do? Applaud?
No, I just want you to realize it. He's not one of those doctors who hides behind a medical mystique.
Oh, all right, he's a good doctor. I admit it. I mean, talent runs in the family. It just kind of passed me over. But would you please try and think that there's another side to this?
Yeah, but why should I?
Because your opinion matters to me.
Well, if it really matters, then why don't you talk to him? Maybe I'll change my opinion of you.
I've warned.
Now look, I want to bury the hatchet between us once and for all. You've been on the run 4 years. It's time to stop. I wish I could agree. Oh, come on. Certainly you've grown up some after 4 years. And part of growing up is learning to forgive. Be fair, Frisco. You tell me what's fair. All right? Listen to my side of the story. Listen with your heart. I know you still got one. I can't talk about this. Why not? Because it's been in my head for 4 years. It's ugly, it's repugnant, and I just can't drop it. Let me help you drop it. Well, you're a neurosurgeon, right? Maybe you can cut my skull open and surgically remove a bad scene from my memory, huh? With a scalpel. Can you do that? I didn't think so. It's too bad, too. I guess there is a limit to the miracles a doctor can perform, huh? The rooms are small, and all the other guests are for the birds. No frills, this place. But then I guess the hospital's not much better. Get well, buddy, you know I'm thinking about you. Best wishes, Blackie.
We got that right. This place is getting worse than jail.
Yeah, but you see, at least you can get out of here when you want. Jail's a little tougher.
We'll see, won't we?
Oh, that's right. You find out if you're going to get sprung today, huh?
Listen, don't get down. They might let you go, too.
Who says I want to get out of here?
You'd have to be a fool to want to stay.
Well, maybe you ought to call me a fool.
All right. This ought to cheer you up. Why? It's great. You flaunting your stuff. Listen, you got to start taking more bows for this and stop being ashamed of it.
I am ashamed.
Why?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Some other time, maybe, all right?
Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Like, I thought we were becoming friends, and then you started acting weirder and weirder every day.
Look, it's not you, all right? It's me. Sometimes I don't know, I like to think instead of talk. If I have a problem, I just think you should work it out by yourself, that's all.
I don't agree. Morning, gentlemen. How's everyone in here? I'm fine, but I'd stay away from here. Headache still bad?
It just got worse.
Okay, I want to take a look in your eyes. That's all right?
Why?
Well, because it might tell me something.
I thought you wanted to know about what's behind my eyes.
I am here as a doctor, Andy.
Frisco. And I'm here as a patient. Now that we've got our roles straight, why don't you go find somebody who needs to be cured?
You know, at least I know my other patients want to be cured.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means the sooner you cooperate, the quicker you get out of the hospital.
I'll leave here when I'm ready.
All right. We'll do this your way, because I am willing to wait.
Well, now, please, it's about Frisco Jones. Please, in the lounge for a moment. Sure. I think that he ought to be discharged as soon as possible.
I see.
Beds are very tight here in the hospital, and there isn't anything that we can do for him here that can't be done just as well at home.
Well, now, I assume the specialist in New York agrees with this opinion?
Well, I gave him a full rundown, and he concurs with my opinion. Of course, Frisco must go on with a speech therapist in New York.
Well, what about Frisco? Now, have you spoken to him about this?
No, I want you to confer with you first.
My opinion of the headache.
Exactly.
Ah, there you are. Excuse me, Doctor.
That's fine.
You've been in surgery all this time?
You got it, since 6 a.m. this morning. I now have post-surgical rounds, and then I'm going to take the afternoon off and go to the spa.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I do, too. I'll see you around.
Wait. Listen,
What?
before you go, I've got to tell you something. I talked to the admitting nurse, and beds are so tight in this hospital, if we don't free some up, we're going to have to reroute. Now, what about Greg Collier and Frisco Jones?
Oh, yes. Rick asked me to talk to him, and I did. I looked at him. I agree with Rick. He does have a heart murmur, but I don't think it requires surgery right now.
What about a release then?
Don't see why not. I shall get the final word from Rick this afternoon.
Well, great. That should free up 2 beds, then up on 4.
You know, Frisco's still complaining of headaches.
Is there any hint to what the origin is?
No, not yet. I mean, the preliminary test and the scan show nothing, but I still think that we ought to do further testing.
You know, it could be psychosomatic. I think we ought to get Gail to follow up on this.
Well, I'm leaving.
I'm going to walk along with you. Thank you very much for your time. I'll talk to you later.
Dr. Richard, report the X-ray. Dr. Richard, report the X-ray.
Only because I haven't, Doc.
Well, everybody makes plans.
Look, I don't mean to be so vague, but I'm just that kind of guy. You know, I don't make any plans. I just get up in the morning, and I don't know what I'm going to do that day. I just start doing. You know,
What about your music?
it's not my music. I'm just a singer.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't. I don't know what you mean. Where are you going with these questions anyway?
Just trying to get to know you.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can get to know somebody spending a few minutes with him in a hospital room.
Well, unfortunately, I only have a few minutes, so let's get back to what we were talking about, huh? How about the music?
I don't want to talk about this.
Look, if you're worried about your voice, I've heard the prognosis is really...
I'm not worried about my voice. I said I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
am I. Sometimes I just get a little touchy about it.
I understand. I won't bring it up again.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
You know, I'm starting to get one of those headaches again. I think what I really need is just a little rest.
Okay, my office is right here in the hospital, so just feel free to call me anytime if anything's on your mind.
Thanks for your time, Doc.
Right. Well, I hope you feel better.
Hi there.
Oh, hi.
Listen, we're going to lunch. You care to join us?
Oh, well, yes, I think so.
Good. How'd it go?
Well, usually, after the first session, I really don't have much to offer, but in this case, I'd say it's rather clear-cut. I think our friend Frisco is really avoiding some very disturbing issues in his life.
Really?
Yeah, well,